But if you need a new ID document or marriage certificate, you'll have to just wait. Home Affairs has temporarily suspended some of its services. This is after it recorded 116 COVID-19 cases in the first 8 days of the year. Home Affairs Minister Dr. Motsoaledi joins us now for more on this. Dr. Motsoaledi, thank you so much for your time, Minister. I mean, you made that very clear yesterday that certain services are closed, and if I'm not mistaken, it includes the application of smart IDs, the application for marriage certificate, including passports. What advice this decision, Minister?
Morning, Tumelo. Good morning to the viewers and the listeners of the compliments at these very, very difficult times. No, over the weekend, Tumelo, we sat and assessed the situation because very clearly, from the figures I've given you, Home Affairs offices are becoming a super spreader event every single day. But also the number of death certificates that have to be issued by Home Affairs officials have increased exponentially and might be getting out of control. So we decided that in order to deal with this situation, certain services need to be suspended. And we looked at the statistics. When people come to Home Affairs office, what percentage comes to do what? And we found that 29% come to collect their IDs, 11% come to apply either for a birth certificate or a death certificate, but the number of death certificates are increasing. So we said in order to be able to deal with the situation, firstly, to reduce the number of people to avoid the super spreader event, we need to stop a large number of people from coming in, and so we suspended IDs except for matriculants. I must emphasize that. We also said those people who have already applied for ID and are due for collection must never come unless they are invited to, so that we control the numbers. We know that today we invited so many throughout the whole country, and so many will be coming to our offices. And we thought suspending marriage just for 1 month won't cause that much of a disaster. But we also decided that instead of people collecting their death certificates only at Home Affairs offices, they must also collect them at hospitals where the death took place, because we have got a presence in at least 156 hospitals in the country. And we released those on our website so that people can know that if I go to this hospital, I don't have to go to a Home Affairs office.
But Minister, it seems that the Home Affairs Department has a bigger problem than just people coming to the Home Affairs branches and creating those super spreaders. The department itself, I understand, has had to deal with its own, number of, confirmed positive cases, number of deaths among some of the employees, including some of your branches having to close due to some, staff members testing positive.
Absolutely. That was another consideration. Thank you very much. Yes, for reminding me about that one. In fact, it's one of the main considerations also, because just for the first 10 days of this year, we had 116 members testing positive, and we have lost 7 people already in just the first 10 days of this year. And from the beginning of the pandemic, out of the 412 Home Affairs offices that serve the public, 266 have to close. Of course, some had to close twice. And when you close an office, it means people cannot get any service at all, including a death certificate, even if they want it urgently. It means there is no service. And that frustrates us at Tumelo, because in some religions, like the Muslim religion, they bury within 5 hours, 3 hours after death. And if they found the Home Affairs office closed, it frustrates them. But we are forced to close the office if somebody tested positive, because it must be decontaminated, and some offices have to close for a day or even 2. So in order to avoid all such eventualities, we had to come with all these changes.
I have to let you go in just a moment, Minister. But before I do, clarity on the border posts. I mean, we have seen that super spreader taking place right in front of our eyes, and as far as, Beitbridge border is concerned and the Limpopo border. I know that you've been engaging with the Portfolio Committee on Home Affairs in Parliament on that extensively. What's the latest in as far as the closures or the effective closures of all these border posts into South Africa?
Well, you are aware that the president announced the closure on Monday, and yesterday, together with Minister Dlamini Zuma, we came out to the public and announced the steps and also signed government gazettes so that to effect the closures. So at the moment, yes, the borders are officially closed, except, of course, for the exceptions which we have offered. Like we haven't closed for commercial cargo and fuel and all the other essential goods. We haven't closed for that. But we also said we need to recognize the fact that between us and the neighboring countries, particularly in Lesotho, there are children who attend school on the South African side. They cross the border every day. Even before COVID, we allow them to do so by giving them a particular document, and there's a special lane where they cross officially, and that lane is being painted green, and they know it. So we said, let's allow that service. We cannot punish children. But we are also saying if South Africans are outside the border and they want to come home, you can't stop any person from coming home. And of course, if anybody who's a foreign national wants to go back home, we also cannot keep them here in South Africa forcefully and say, don't go. But we also want to deport people who need to be deported anyway.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Minister. Dr. Motsoaledi, Home Affairs Minister, for joining us.